Hello, and thanks so much for tuning in today for our chair yoga practice. So, today I'm going to break down this concept of lion mind and dog mind. So, to do that, a little metaphor. So, imagine that there is a dog sitting in front of me, and in my hand, I have a bone, and I'm waving this bone in front of the dog. And what do you think the dog's doing? So, he's probably watching this bone very intently. So what if I take this bone and I throw it off into the corner? What do you think the dog's going to do? Well, pretty sure he's going to go running after that bone, almost as if he didn't have a choice, right? So let's pretend now, instead of a dog, in front of me is a lion, and I'm waving the same bone back and forth. What do you think the lion's doing? He probably notices the bone, but he's looking right past it at me because I'm just a big pile of bones, right? So, what if I take this same bone and throw it in the corner? What do you think the lion's going to do? He'll probably glance at the bone and then set his sights right back on me. So, we're going to use that metaphor to represent the two different states of mind: lion mind and dog mind. So first off, dog mind. So in dog mind, this is just what runs after every little bone that gets waved in front of its face. So in our lives, those bones are like all of the distractions in our day, all of the things that keep us unfocused on the things that we need to be focusing on. And then lion mind. So the lion sees that distraction, but he has a choice. He doesn't follow it. Instead, he keeps his eye on the bigger picture. And we're going to use that idea today in our opening meditation, really just learning how to work with distractions, or maybe kind of learning how to not follow distractions. Okay? So let's start by sitting up tall. Take a comfortable seat. You can let the hands rest on your thighs or in your lap, whatever is comfortable for you. And then as you sit tall, allow your eyes to softly close. And to start bringing some attention to the body. As the eyes close, just notice what you notice. Check out where your body is touching something else, like your back against the chair, the weight of your body on your seat, your feet on the floor. Just notice the body and notice these points of contact. Are the hands in your lap or by your sides? What else are you noticing about the body? Maybe there's hunger, excitement, stress. Just keep scanning the body. Notice the support of your back, skin temperature, just anything else. A lot of times we move through our day without ever taking a moment to just sit and tune into the physical body. So we're just taking this moment, this opportunity to slow things down a bit. Just be curious and check out what this body of yours is feeling like in this moment. And then, even though you're sitting pretty still, very chill, there's still movement. Do you feel the movement? Do you notice it? It's the breath, right? The breath just doing its thing, moving every second. It's expanding, it's contracting. Might even be making sounds. It's just doing its breath thing. And we're not controlling the breath, we're just watching it. We don't have to think about the breath. It just does what it does. Now, we could control the breath if we wanted to, but right now we're just watching it. Just watching it move in, watching it move out. Just bring more attention to the breath. And what is it like to just follow the breath? We're going to use the breath like an anchor to help keep us anchored in the moment rather than being a ship on the sea of movement without any control. And the mind continues to think all kinds of things, right? Likes, dislikes, today, tomorrow, fears, fantasies, memories, maybe even this meditation stuff is stupid, right? No matter what it is, though, the mind is trying to pull us away from the moment, just like the dog following the bone. So, whenever you catch yourself drifting off, maybe getting snagged by some thought or emotion, haven't done anything wrong, just gently and kindly bring your awareness back to the breath. Every time you go back to the breath, you're embodying lion mind. We're not following the bone. And of course, it's perfectly normal to drift off, and it's probably going to happen lots of times. Just notice when it happens and come back to the breath, back to the moment, slowing down a bit. Remember, we're not following the bone. All those distractions continue happening, right? Thoughts, feelings, emotions, sounds. Just notice all this stuff happening around you and notice the breath. Keep coming back to it. Building lion mind. Let's bring your awareness back to the touch of your body on your seat. And then I invite you, I encourage you as we move through our practice today, the physical part of the practice. Every time you find yourself distracted, you've gone off on a thought, a tangent, followed an emotion, just notice that it happened and come back to the breath, back to the present moment. And let your eyes slowly flutter open and welcome. Great, let's bring your hands out on top of the knees. Make sure you're sitting forward on your chair and that the feet are right underneath your knees so you're fully supported. We'll do some seated cat and cows, just start warming up the spine. So as you inhale, draw the heel of the hands back, lift the chest, shoulders away from the ears. And to your comfort level, feel free to look up. And then as you exhale, we'll tuck the tailbone and round back. Tuck the tailbone. And again, to your comfort level, you might bring the chin down toward the chest. Let's inhale, lift the spine, lift the chest. Exhale, round, looking down. Good. 3 more, please. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. So we're moving the spine, even though the head might follow. Let's originate all of the movements from the spine and let the head be the last thing to move. Yeah, and let's inhale up nice and tall now. And take your arms, stretch them out wide. Reach wide, fingertips to fingertips, going opposite directions, shoulders stay down. Take a big inhale here. And then as if you're gathering up all of that energy round the spine, maybe even coming into hug. And then inhale, you're going to open the arms back up wide. Exhale, hug yourself again. And as we do this, we'll keep alternating. Alternate which arm goes under and which arm goes over. Good. Exhale, round. So we're still arching and rounding the spine a bit, but without the support of the arms this time. It's a big inhale. Exhale, gather up all that energy, all that breath, and bring it in. Inhale. Exhale. And this time, inhale up tall, arms reach out wide. As you exhale, hug the right knee in towards your chest. Just give it a good squeeze. And then we're going to release the leg down, take the arms back out wide. Exhale, left knee, hug it in. Good. Inhale, stretch the arms out wide. Let's do that one more time on each side. Right knee hugs in. Feels really great for me in the low back when I do that, especially first thing in the morning. Actually, anytime, even if we've been sitting for a while all day, right? Good. And back out. And let's take cactus arms now. Bending the elbows. And if you look left to right, see if you can have the upper arm bones about the same height as your shoulders. Fingertips spread open wide, but continue drawing the elbows down. Or the shoulders down. Good. Inhale, lift the chest here. As you exhale, turn the heart. So notice I'm not turning the head. The head is staying in line with the breastbone. And then we're going to come back to the center. And let's exhale, turn your heart to the left. Good. Inhale to center. Let's do just a couple more each side. It's taking the spine through all of its different ranges of movement. Each inhalation, grow a little taller in the spine. Last time to the left. Good. Inhale back to center. Let's gather up all that energy and bring the right knee back in toward the chest. Sit up really tall here. I'm holding on to the back of the leg with my hands. And with the leg lifted, let's warm up those littler bones in the feet, the ankles. You can roll that around. Make sure you go both directions. And you can add in a little like crunching of the toes and then spread them open, crunch and open, crunch and open. Yeah, good. Now let's put the foot in a flexed position. So you're drawing the toes towards you. That'll activate a lot of the muscles in the legs. You're going to sit up really tall. Navel's drawing back to the spine, up to the ribs. All right, big challenge now. Can you release the leg? Maybe you release one hand and keep the other on the leg. Maybe you can release both. Just breathe here. Good. Exhale. Let's release that leg all the way down. Back out to your big stretch open. Gather up all that energy. Left knee comes in. Give it a squeeze and then slide the hands behind the knee. Sitting up tall again. We'll roll the ankle. Make sure you go both directions, pointing and flexing. Scrunch and open those toes. All right, now you kind of have an idea of where we're going, right? So we're going to sit up really tall and control those abdominals, lift the chest. Can an arm go off? Maybe both. Keep the knee lifted, keep breathing. Let's exhale and bring the leg all the way down. Yeah, let's take just a couple of cat and cows just to release the spine. So we inhale to lift the chest and arch the spine, exhale to round. All right. Let's take it into a little bit deeper twist now. So inhale, sit up tall. So we'll twist to the right first, but as we twist, keep your chin in line with the breastbone, okay? Let's place the hands first. So left hand will cross over and your right hand can either grab the back of the chair or the seat, all right? Take a big inhale, lengthen the spine, shoulders stay down, and then we'll twist as if you're climbing a spiral staircase, okay? So imagine the tailbone turning to the right slightly, then the right hip, then the low back, the low spine, then the abdominals, the rib cage, the chest, the shoulders, and finally the head. So now the head's looking over the right shoulder. The right shoulder is drawing to the right. But let's take the left shoulder and draw the left shoulder back. Do you feel how that gives you a little more opening through the chest? We're going to stay really grounded here. So keep pressing your feet down into the earth, into your floor. And I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a little sassy today. So keep your chest, your torso turned to the right. But what if you turn your head the other direction? All right, so now my head is looking over the left shoulder. Always feels really great for the spine, for the neck. Right. Bring your head back to a neutral position and then untwist the rest of you. Wriggle things around a little. All right, let's do that again, other side. All right, so we place the hands first. Left hand goes behind or to the chair. Right hand crosses over to the thigh. Chin stays in line with the breastbone. So the head's going to be the last to twist. We start from the tailbone. But inhale, get a lot of space in the spine. So sit up as tall as you can and then turn from the hip, left hip, right? The low belly, lumbar spine, abdominals, rib cage, chest, shoulder, then the head turning to look around. So the left shoulder is twisting to the left. Draw your right shoulder back to the right. And let's add that little sassy twist of the head, looking over to the right. Opposite shoulder. Bring the head back to neutral and then untwist the rest of you. A little more wriggle around if you like. Let's come back to stretching those arms out wide. Good, stretch out wide. Inhale, the arms go up. As you exhale, we're going to twist to the right. So place the hands, keep the chin in line with the breastbone as you twist. Now, as you inhale, come back to center, stretch those arms back up overhead. So as the arms go up, the spine goes up, get more length. And then exhale, twist left. Inhale to center, just moving with the breath. Exhale to the right. Inhale, arms go up, spine goes up. Exhale, left. Inhale back to center. Let's take a lateral bend this time. So we'll take lateral bend to the right. Right hand's going to come down. You can place the hand on the seat of the chair for support. Lengthen more through the sides of the waist and then take it up and over to the right. You may turn your head to look up past the elbow to the horizon, so straight forward, or maybe you look down outside the right hip at the floor. Let's inhale, bring yourself all the way upright, both arms overhead. So stretch the spine tall, and then we'll take the lateral bend to the left, up and over. Let's flow that a couple of times with the breath as well. So inhale, arms up, spine up. So as you're going up, we're pushing into the feet, pushing into the seat a little more, and then take it up and over. Good. Inhale up. Exhale to the left. Inhale up. Exhale to the right. Inhale up. Last time to the left. And all the way up tall. And then lower the arms down. Add a little bit of forward movement now. So we'll move into some seated sun salutations. All right. So always starting sitting up tall, ground down through the feet and your seat here. So when you push down through the feet, it keeps your legs activated muscularly, right? So we can feel that they're tightening up a little bit. We want to continue to work the leg muscles even while we're seated. All right, let's take an inhale. Stretch the arms overhead. As you exhale, cactus arms, just like we did earlier, but tilt forward. So now we're forcing the muscles in your back to work, to hold you up. Take one more inhale here. And then exhale, hands come down to the thighs. You can even walk them down the shins and come all the way down into forward fold. You can let the head weight release. In fact, nod your head, yes, I understand. And then shake your head, no. All right, hands on your shins. Inhale, halfway up and look forward, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold back down. Now we'll come all the way up. Find your halfway point. So hands on the shins, inhale and look forward, and then get really firmly pushing into the feet and your seat to bring yourself all the way up and lower the arms down. Good. Let's do 2 more, just like that. Nice and easy, nice and slow. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, cactus arms and tilt forward at the hips at the same time. So I'm keeping the back nice and flat as I do this. Then exhale and fold all the way back down. Inhale, halfway up. So half lift, lengthen forward. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, reverse it. So find your halfway point, push into the feet and the seat, bring yourself all the way up. And then release the arms down. Good. We'll do 1 more just like that. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus arms and tilt. We stay for the inhale. And then exhale, fold all the way down. How are your distractions going? Inhale, look forward, lengthen. Keep building lion mind. Try not to follow those distractions that keep coming in. Let's inhale, look forward, bring yourself all the way upright. Arms reach up overhead. All right, now I'm going to throw a trick at you. Not really a trick. Take the arms out parallel to the ground and lift your right knee up. Now, inhale, the arms go up and the foot goes down. Now do the other side. The arms come down and the left knee comes up. Now, as you're lifting the foot off the floor, make sure to keep the foot flexed. That'll activate the leg muscles and help tie it into your core. All right, left foot down, arms go back up. Exhale, right leg. And up and left. It's almost like a little bit of a seated jumping jack, right? Up, right leg. Up, left leg. Getting some blood flowing into those shoulders too. All right, right leg, now stay here. Stay here, keep the foot lifted, keep your spine tall. Could you extend the leg? Now, of course, if you need to come and hold on to the chair, if we want that for support, feel free. But if you're up for it today, keep the arms out. Stretch that leg and then bend the knee and then set the foot down, reach the arms back overhead. Okay, left side, arms go down, leg comes up. Here's your big challenge. Can you extend the leg? Stretch it forward. Breathe. Good. Bend the knee, reach the arms up. And then lower all the way down. Good. Sit up tall and roll those shoulders out a bit. So I thought we'd come up and do a little bit of standing stuff. So what do you guys think about that? You want to come up to stand? So come on up and slide my chair a little bit so I can step off to the side of it. Just come to stand next to your chair. Right, so both feet on the floor. I'm just going to warm up the legs a little bit more. Is you're standing, take a look down at your feet. They're parallel. The toes are facing the same direction. Heels are right underneath your hips. And you can always keep the fingertips on the chair for support. If it's possible for you, can you close the eyes? All right, so maybe closing the eyes doesn't work for you. You could just turn your gaze down and soften. And just notice how all of that balance kicks in, right? So Tadasana, mountain pose, it's more than just standing. Just like when we sit in the chair, it's more than just sitting. We need to activate by pushing the feet down. When we do the same thing here, press the feet down into the ground and notice how that tends to activate the muscles in the legs. You might feel the quadriceps, the fronts of the thighs firm up. Feel like the kneecaps are lifting up towards your hip. hips. You're gently toning the thighs all around, gently toning the glutes. And then draw your awareness to the low belly. The low belly is lifting up toward the heart. From the center of your heart, grow taller. So it's a very active pose, even though it looks as though we're doing nothing, right? Because we're really pushing into the feet, activating the legs. All right, what if we take the arms, maybe one, maybe both, you stretch them up overhead. So the feet are pressing down and you're lengthening the fingertips up to the sky. Arms go up, spine goes up. Sometimes this might cause discomfort in your low back, especially if you tend to, when the arms go up, overarch the back. So we counter that by engaging the abdominals. You lift the low belly, the tailbone descends. You might feel more support in the lumbar spine. Good. Take one more breath here. And then exhale, lower the arms down, bring your hands to your hips. Now we're going to stay in mountain pose on the left leg, bend your right knee. Just come onto the toes for a little bit of support. So like the right toes are a kickstand. Now can you lift the right thigh up, flex the right foot, so this isn't dead weight. Maybe the knee lifts about as high as the hip, just about the same thing we were doing seated in the chair. So you can certainly hold on to the knee or the thigh with the arm. Stay here connected to the chair as well. Keep the foot flexed. It'll be easier to hold there. And then try not to dump your weight into the standing leg. Stay in mountain. So you're pushing the foot down. Find more lift and length. And what if? Does an arm go up to the sky? Maybe. Maybe both. Just kind of test the waters today, see what's going on. Keep coming back to building lion mind. Every time you get distracted, just come back to building lion mind. Good, let's step that foot back down. Shake the legs out a little. So we'll go to the other side. You can certainly walk to the other side of your chair, make any adjustments you need to in your space, and then return to mountain pose. So firmly pressing both feet down, activate the legs. So come back to that standing firm mountain, firming the muscles in the legs, lifting the kneecaps, hips are lifting up toward the heart, and then we'll stay in mountain pose on the right leg and bend your left knee. All right, so now we're shifting the weight over to right leg. Can you lift the left knee? As you lift the knee, flex the foot. And just kind of notice what's happening in the body as you do this. As you lift the leg, we turn all of our focus here, but we might lose focus elsewhere. So come back to the mountain pose. Push firmly down into the foot. Firm the legs, firm the belly. From the center of the heart, grow taller. And just perhaps an arm goes up. How about two? That was a question, not a command. So if the answer to that was no, just one, then stay there. And then we'll slowly step down and shake it out. Now I'm going to turn my chair so that I can have fingertips on the back of it. So you might just walk around to the back of your chair so you can use it for support here. So back to mountain pose. So now we're behind the chair, fingertips are here for support and balance. So reset the feet, feet are parallel, heels are underneath your knees, sit up tall, or sit up tall, stand up tall. Now on exhale, we'll take Utkatasana or chair pose. So bend the knees and sit your bottom back. Right now, there is a difference between sitting back and sitting forward. So I don't want you to bring your knees forward. So you can kind of see this forward momentum. When I bend the knees and go like this, my butt kind of slides under me, right? Puts a lot of unnecessary pressure on the knees. The fronts of our knees weren't meant to support our weight that way. But guess what? We got these big old muscles back here. So let's use those. So stick your butt back behind you. right? So the butt goes back, heels are right underneath the knees, so I'm feeling really supported in the heels here. And keep your chest lifted. To prevent any discomfort in the low back, we engage the abdominals. We lift the front of the hips, still sending the butt back. Good, now press into the feet, bring yourself up. Good, let's do that again. Hips go back, bend the knees, keep your chest lifted, and then come back up. Let's do a few more. Back and up. 3 more. And up. 2. And 1. Let's hold this one down. So hold the chair pose. Good, now lift the chest, lift your gaze, lift the front of the hips, and breathe. Press into the feet, bring yourself all the way up. All right, we're gonna get a little trickier on that. You ready for the challenge? So, both feet planted first. Just like we started with our tree variation a moment ago, bend your right knee. So just the toes are on the ground. So we still have the balance here because both feet are still down, but we're going to be offset a little bit using mostly the muscles in just the left leg. Now take your chair, send your bottom back, and then come back up. And I'm just keeping that right heel lifted. So I'm using more left leg than right leg. Good, send your hips back and come up. Let's take 3, up, 2, up. You guys didn't know you were going to be doing like squats in boot camp class today, huh? And all the way up. We'll switch sides. So the right heel plants down. Lift the left knee. So lift the heel. And then go back into your one leg chair. Up. So we're doing 5 in total. 4. Up. 3. 2. Last one here. We're going to hold it. Hold it, hold it, hold it. This is when you get to kind of check everything out. Make sure you're rooted down through the foot. We're sending the butt back. We're lifting the front of the hips, lifting the chest. And then press down to bring yourself all the way up. Good. Shake those legs out. All right. Let's try something with just a little bit more challenge. All right, so keep your hands on the chair. Take your right leg and step it back behind you. All right, so the right leg goes back. I'm going to stay on the toes, so the heel is lifted on the back leg. And you can straighten the front knee and then bend the front knee. But as you bend the knee, don't go so far forward, so we don't want the knee coming forward again. Just like the same idea in chair pose, we want to do our best to keep the knee about over the ankle. All right? So then straighten the knee and then bend the knee. If you feel like you need more space, you might take the right foot back behind you a little bit more. So let's hold it right here now in our lunge position, fingertips on the chair for support, and be really active in the legs. So you're pressing down firmly into the left foot and pressing back into your right heel. And then to prevent that low back from getting tweaked or crunched, we lift the front of the hips. Always lift the front of the hips. That'll help you engage the abdominals and protect the lumbar spine. Good. Now, what if while we're holding, what if we take an arm up to the sky? Right? Things get really challenging now. And depending on you, how your balance is today, if you're feeling steady, maybe you take both arms up. Let's bring both arms back down. Push off the back foot and bring yourself forward. Let's shake the legs. Let's do that on side 2. So back to your mountain, right here in the center. Left foot's going to stay forward, right foot's going to stay forward, left leg goes back. So step that leg back to your comfort level, right? Depending on how much distance you want between the legs. And we're on the toes of the back foot. Start with the front leg straight and then just bend the knee a couple of times, just finding your right positioning as you bend the front knee. My little frog is in the way back behind me. As you bend the knee, remember when you're in the bent knee variation, that front knee isn't going out beyond the toes. And then as you bend the knee as well, we want that knee kind of going the same direction as like the middle toe. All right, let's hold this now. So the front knee is bent, gives us a little time to check into the body. Press down into the right foot, so firming there, and then push back into the left heel. The lower hips or the front of the hips are lifting, so the low belly is lifting. Good, breathe. All right, how about the arms? Can we take an arm up? Maybe two arms up. Both hands come back down and step that back foot forward. Good. Shake it out once more. Let's turn the chair around. So now I'm going to use the seat of the chair for another balance posture. So start by standing in front of the seat of the chair. And then you're going to bend the knees and bring your hands down to the seat of the chair. Now, depending on your chair and your balance today, if having hands all the way down to the seat is too low, you can certainly use a table, a desk, or even the higher part of the back of the chair, all right? I'm going to use the seat of the chair for today. Now, I've got hands on the chair, feet are about hips distance apart, and I'd like you to take your right leg and stretch your right leg back. Right, much like we were doing a moment ago, we're still rooting down through the left foot and hands are on the chair. Now lengthen your spine. Can you feel like a nice long line of energy from your right toes all the way to the crown of the head? And just maybe the right leg can float up off the floor. If the leg floats up, we energize the leg. So you're either pointing through the toe or you're flexing the foot. Keep breathing here. Good. Let's place the right foot down. Bring the right foot into next to the left foot and fold yourself forward, stretching out the low back, the backs of the legs. And let's reset our position. Hands are on the chair, shoulders are over the hands. Take your left leg and stretch it back. So you might just have toes on the ground. If this for you feels really steady and balanced, try lifting the leg. See if you can find that long line of energy from the left foot all the way through the crown of the head. Good. Exhale. Left foot comes down next to the right and fold yourself down again. Just folding down. I've taken my forearms to the chair. It's a nice supported forward fold. And let's inhale, hands come back to the chair, look forward, bend the knees. You can use the arms for support. Bring yourself all the way up. Great. Let's come back to sitting in our chair. So you can turn back around, facing forward. Now we've worked and energized the legs quite a bit. Let's stretch them out a little more deeply. So sitting forward on the chair, let's take an inhale, hug that right knee back up towards your chest. You can even give it a good squeeze in. Good. We'll keep the foot flexed and then cross right ankle over the left knee. If ankle doesn't go over the knee, you cross ankle over ankle or whatever works best in your body, okay? Any knee discomfort, this foot will stay flexed. We'll inhale, lengthen the spine really tall, and as you exhale, hinge forward. So remember, hinging forward isn't the same as rounding forward. So we're going to keep the spine open and long, lengthening. Hopefully feeling this really great outer hip and thigh stretch. So when we're doing a lot of movement and challenge, like most of what our practice has been so far, a lot of movement, not a lot of long holds, it's not as noticeable when the mind gets distracted, right? Because we have a lot of things occupying our mind. But when we start to slow down, like now, right? Starting for those deeper stretches, you might notice the mind wandering, right? All those little bones. Continue building lion mind. Keep coming back to your breath. Try not to go after those distractions. All right, let's inhale up nice and tall. We'll uncross ankle from the knee. And now take your right leg. I'm going to turn sideways. You probably don't need to in your space, but I'll turn sideways. And I've got the right foot out in front with the foot flexed. Hands are on the opposite thigh. So both hands are on my left thigh. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, once more, hinge forward. This lengthening over the leg. Probably now feeling a really great stretch in the back of the extended leg. One more breath here. Inhale, bring yourself up tall. Staying on the right leg, let's take your right leg and stretch it out to the right. Doing your best to keep it in line with the legs, right? So we're in a nice long line. As you stretch the leg out, position it in such a way that the sole of the foot is down as best as you can. So we're really grounded and rooted into this leg. So as you press the foot down, activate the muscles in the leg. So we're firming the knee, firming the thigh, inhaling up really tall. We'll combine this inner thigh stretch with a lateral bend. So please extend your left arm up to the sky. As the arm goes up, the spine goes up. And then on exhale, take a lateral bend over to the right, so toward that extended leg. So as our weight shifts over that way, we counter that by creating a little traction in the leg by pushing down into the foot. And then imagine your left ribs, your left heart moving even more to the left, opening up. On inhale, left arm reaches up tall, and bring the right foot in. One more thing for this right leg. Let's turn to your left in your chair so that the right knee, you can curl the toes under so the right knee hangs down. This is going to allow us to get a stretch in the top of the thigh. And I've got my left hand to the back of the chair for support here so I don't fall over. So we'll sit up really tall. And how about a lateral bend added to this as well? Inhale, right arm reaches up overhead. As you exhale, you could take a lateral bend toward the back of your chair. This might also increase the stretch in the front of your right hip or thigh. And we'll inhale, bring yourself up tall, lower the arm, and turn yourself all the way back around to the front. I know, I think I said on the last pose one more thing. We're still going to do one more thing. Let's pick up your right thigh, cross your right thigh over your left as best as works in your body. And I'm going to squeeze the thighs together, squeeze the shins together. You might be able to tuck the toes behind, but it's not necessary. Now, let's take a twist toward that top knee. So we'll be twisting to the right. Right leg is on top. Take the left hand to the right thigh or knee somewhere. The right hand will find some support back behind. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Chin stays in line with the breastbone as you twist to your right. Once you've twisted, then if you want to add the head, feel free to look over that shoulder. Or if you're still feeling sassy today, maybe turn to look over the opposite shoulder. I think I'm always feeling sassy. Untwist the head first, and then untwist the rest of you and uncross that leg. Just take a moment. So we've done a bunch of things just to one side of the body. Allow your eyes to softly close. Just take a moment to tune back in. Tuning into the physical body. Perhaps there's a difference in sensation, left side to right side, the hip, the leg, the foot. Inhale up tall. Allow the eyes to blink open. Let's hug the left knee into the chest. Same postures. We got 5 of them to do on this side. So with the foot flexed, we'll cross ankle over the knee. We'll start here with the outer hip and thigh. Flex the foot, especially to protect that knee. Lengthen the spine and hinge forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look up, uncross. Take the left leg down, and now we take the left leg out. So we went from outer hip to inner thigh. So plant the sole of the foot down, activate the muscles in that left leg. But don't forget about the grounding over here. So your right knee or your right foot's pressing down, your right hip is pressing down. That'll help protect us as we take a lateral bend. So we inhale, right arm reaches up overhead, and lateral bend over to the left. We'll take just a couple of breaths here. Right hip, right ribs, all opening up to the right. Inhale up tall. Lower the arm, bring the foot in. Now we'll take the left leg and extend it out with the foot flexed, hand support on opposite thigh. Lengthen the spine as you inhale, and as you exhale, folding forward. The more you flex your left foot here, drawing the toes towards you, you'll feel more stretch in the lower part of the leg. Few breaths here, just breathing some space into the back of the leg. Inhale, look forward, lift yourself all the way up tall. Bring the knee in. Now you'll turn all the way around to your right, holding onto the chair with the right hand as you let the left knee kind of hang off to the side there. Toes curl under, knee hanging down. Up tall. Just feeling that nice stretch in the front of the thigh. No matter what our condition is or what we do during the day, we naturally just spend a lot of time sitting. So stuff in the front of the body gets kind of shortened and tight, right? So we really want to stretch that stuff out. All right, let's take a lateral bend here, if you like. Left arm reaches up overhead, and as you exhale, lateral bend over toward the back of the chair. Inhale, bring yourself all the way up, lower the arm, come back around to the front. As you come back around to the front, the left thigh is going to cross over the right. We'll take our cross-leg seated twist. Sit up tall, right hand finds its placement on the left leg, left hand behind you or on the chair. Lengthen tall, and exhale, twist. Remember that spiral staircase, so twisting a little bit at a time all the way up. Head maybe turning to look over the left shoulder or looking over the right shoulder. Let's bring the head back to neutral first, and then untwist all of the rest of you. Uncross the legs. Bring your forearms out on top of the knees and just let yourself round forward. So if we were on on a mat class down on the ground, we probably curl up like a ball for balasana or child's pose. It's a really nice release for the low back, the spine. If it's comfortable for you to go farther, you could relax the arms all the way down, bring the chest to the thighs, and just fold in here. And we'll use the hands for support. So wherever you are, put your hands on your knees or your thighs and just use the strength of the arms to bring yourself all the way up. Sitting up tall. Let's come back to resting hands on the thighs or in the lap. Let your eyes softly close. And just come back to tuning into the physical body. What do you notice? What are you noticing as you tune in now? Come back to your breath, back to your anchor, not following those bones. Stay here building lion mind. And as we sit for a little bit longer, continue noticing when you're not here, right? When the mind is going off and thinking about something or reliving a memory, just gently, kindly come back to your breath. Back to the touch of your body on your seat. Please join the hands in Anjali Mudra as we close. Bringing thumbs to the breastbone, bow chin to your chest. Taking a moment for gratitude. Closing with gratitude. Gratitude to yourself for taking this time for you today. And I thank you so much for joining me in your yoga practice today. Namaste.